And welcome my friend here, Jerry Scarsbrook.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much for showing up and listening today. I'm going to share some of my, kind of like to tell stories a little bit in my song, so hope you enjoy them. The first one is called Those Days. He was college bound, his first time away from home. Looking forward to his freedom, lots of things he'd never known. He knew things would be different, there'd be challenges ahead. A chance to prove it to himself, could make it on his own. A young man moving forward, would be set in his ways, anxious to be chasing those days. She looked down at the stick, she couldn't believe her eyes. Her husband by her side, sharing in her surprise. They'd hoped and prayed for this day, now it was finally here. They joked about now having to buy things in the family size. A young man and young woman would gladly change their ways, anxious to be embracing those days. Through the twists and turns, deeps and shallows of our lives, time is like a river, winding its own way, using all our memories as stepping stones, crossing over to the other side of those days. Lying in his bed, his children by his side. His time was getting close, they'd soon be saying goodbye. He knew he'd had a good life, full of lots of family love. And they knew he was ready, as they tried hard not to cry. No man knowing full well there's no need to change his ways, anxious and remembering those days. Through the twists and turns, deeps and shallows of our lives, time is like a river, winding its own way, using all our memories as stepping stones, crossing over to the other side of those days. Thank you very much. Thanks. You ever rummage around in an attic of a really old relative's house and find all kind of antiques and treasures? This is kind of a song about a situation like that. Photographs, memories on the pages of an old scrapbook, found among junk in an old gray trunk I almost overlooked, with pages torn, ragged and worn. Couldn't believe memories from days long gone by. Folks I never knew fill these pages I thumb through of old photographs, people from long before. These pictures that I found might have stories to pass down. So wish I knew how to find out more about these photographs, memories on the pages of an old scrapbook, found among junk in an old gray trunk I almost overlooked, with pages torn, ragged and worn. I couldn't believe my eyes. Photographs, memories from days long gone by. It just don't seem right. These fragile black and whites should be left here abandoned, forgotten and out of sight. They may be faded and old, but they got stories to be told. Wish I knew a way to make things right with these photographs, memories from the pages of an old scrapbook, found among junk in an old gray trunk I almost overlooked, with pages torn, ragged and worn. Couldn't believe my eyes. Photographs, memories from days long gone by. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you. It's my son and daughter can attest to. We used to love to go camping up in northern Arizona. And, one of our favorite places was up around Mormon Lake. And, this song is about my favorite part of the camping trip. Huddle closely by the fire, beneath the cool, clear autumn stars, as we hold each other tight, far away from city lights, warm and cozy where we are. We watch the flames dancing on the wood, share the softness of a kiss. No moment ever could feel as good as being here with you like this. There's no need to say a word, or make a sound of any kind. Holding you in this firelight, knowing that we've got all night, leave our worries far behind. We watch the flames dancing on the wood, share the softness of a kiss. No moment ever could feel as good as being here with you like this. On a bed of fiery coals, smoke drenched with the evening breeze, takes us to another place where together face to face We're caught up in its smoky tease. We watch the flames dancing on the wood, share the softness of a kiss. No moment ever could feel as good as being here with you like this. Hey, thank you so much. Thanks. Next song is about what I would think of as one of my favorite places in the world. The stars are fading, the moon is sinking low, the horizon is starting to fade glow. Thinking about the times you once sat here with me. It's such a sweet memory. On my front porch swing, I remember everything from this favorite spot where your memories cling. I sip my coffee from my favorite cup, watch the sun coming up. My front porch swing is the only thing that helps me melt my troubles away. It's relaxing and good to hear the creaking of that wood and all the sweet memories it brings of you and me while sitting here on my front porch swing. Well, later on I come home tired and sore. I pop a top and I head outdoors to my front porch swing, where I'll sit for a while. Let your memories make me smile. 'Cause on my front porch swing, I remember everything from this favorite spot where your memories cling. I take a sip of my ice cold beer, watch the sun disappear. My front porch swing is the only thing that helps me melt my troubles away. It's relaxing and good to hear the creaking of that wood and all the sweet memories it brings of you and me while sitting here on my front porch swing. Hey, thank you so much. Thanks. I'm going to tell you a little story about a very unlikely person to learn a lesson in life from. The old man looked so cheerful as he held up his old tin cup. He was singing some old folk song, the words he'd clearly made up. I passed him almost every day as I traveled that busy road. He always looked so happy there where the heavy traffic flowed. One day I just had to stop. He looked up at me as I spoke. I said, "Oh man, you're the damnedest thing, sitting there looking so happily broke." said I don't need that much. Anything I've needed, I've found. Anything else would just be stuff for me to drag around. When I was younger, I tried that life, but it never did fit right. Too many things just get in the way. I like to travel light. Sometimes I'm hot, sometimes I'm cold. When it rains, I do get soaked. But I've learned to enjoy the luxury of being happily broke. Happily broke. Some people might think that's sad, even though I think it's the best life I've ever had. I just relax and I go with the flow. I enjoy my inside joke, chuckling when they feel sorry for me, being happily broke. I still pass him every day. I even throw money in his cup. But every day that passes me by, I'm starting to wise up. It don't make sense to be killing myself, working 9 to 5, just to make more money. I don't need to stay alive. Today, instead of passing him by, I'm gonna sit right down by that bloke. I'm gonna get out an old tin cup and try my hand at being happily broke. Thank you so much. I want to tell you a little story about people I grew up around as a young boy back in rural Alabama. These are the beautiful people in my life. Walking with my grandpa down the old dirt country road, barefoot in the sunshine, toting bamboo fishing poles, turning down that shady lane to a patch he freshly mowed. Me and Grandpa sitting there at our favorite fishing hole. Beautiful people, what can I say? Beautiful people, help make me who I am today. Well, Mama frying chicken in that big old frying pan, Grandma by the oven just checking on her pies, Auntie with a tray of homemade cookies in her hand. Thinking about these special ladies always brings tears to my eyes. Beautiful people, what can I say? Beautiful people made me who I am today. It was Sunday afternoon, there's always football in the yard. The old folks watching closely as they sip their lemonade. My brothers, cousins, and uncles always played way too hard, but I knew that afterwards we'd have our watermelon in the shade. Beautiful people, what can I say? Beautiful people help make me who I am today. Well, me and Cousin Jimmy always took things a little too far. Didn't have any trouble finding us, 'cause we was always in some kind of jam, like climbing high on a rickety shelf to reach that big old cookie jar, and nearly jumping right out of our skin when we heard the screen door slam. Beautiful people, what can I say? Beautiful people help make me who I am today. Hey, thank you very much. That's a true story, by the way. Okay, good. All right, told you about the people in my life. Now I'll tell you about a small town that I grew up around, where my grandparents lived. It fluctuated between 150, 200 people maybe. It's one of those towns that had 3 or 4 shops on each side of town. If you drove through a town a little quick, you might not realize you went through a town. They say the old men still play dominoes in the back room of Old Joe's hardware store. There's still only one way in and out of town. Things still look the same as they did before. And they say you can't ever go back to a home like this. I say home is where your heart tells you it is. No one could ever change my mind on this. Home is where your heart tells you it is. There's fondness in the things you know you'll always miss. Home is where your heart tells you it is. They say the creek still rises every spring, the water rising almost to its banks. They say the blossoms in the fragrant blooms still fill that old cut-out water tank. And they say you can't ever go back to a home like this. I say home is where your heart tells you it is. They say the church still needs fresh paint inside. They still try to get that old church bell to ring. They leave the doors wide open all the time, so passers-by can hear the choir sing. And they say you can't ever go back to a home like this. I say home is where your heart tells you it is. Could ever change my mind on this. Home is where your heart tells you it is. If there's fondness in the things you know you'll always miss, home is where your heart tells you it is. Thank you very much. Thank you. time for one more song. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna do I guess you could call it a love song. This is a tribute to my wife. She gave me 46 years of her life, and I treasure that. Looking back through all the years, I remember laughter, sometimes tears. We faced our fears, held each other near. Joining hearts kept us both right here. Holding hands, joining hearts, promising we would never part, knowing our journey is only gonna start by holding hands, joining hearts. Looking back, those times before, no way to know what was in store. But there is one fact I can't ignore. Joining hearts open the door. Holding hands, joining hearts, promising we would never part, knowing our journey is only gonna start by holding hands, joining hearts. You saw in me what I saw in you. We both saw the same thing too. So together we both saw it through. But joining hearts and being true. Holding hands, joining hearts, promising we would never part, knowing our journey is only gonna start by holding hands and joining hearts. Thank you very much. And thank you, Glenn, for inviting me out today. It's been a wonderful 30 minutes.